さな火手に包んだ震えてるその光をここまでたどってきた時間の不自由さ迷い探し続けてきたよ名前さえ知らないけれどただ一つの想いをあなたに手渡したくて時は愛も痛みも深く抱き留め消してくけど私は覚えているずっと
Hey, what's up, friend? You are you interested in lack of skill? Yeah. Or maybe some suck. I'm just a new guy for the love of game. Wait, don't go. I know it's bad. Times have changed, but not my mad. Don't you know the game's on my thing? Yeah, I know it's getting real late. Come on, look at me. I even do storytelling. Also podcasts on great game subjects. Okay, yeah, I'm not a Markiplier or a PewDiePie. But hey, that's what makes me so unique, right? 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 What's up, everybody? I'm here with Saint and I. Yes, you know us well. I think so. Hi, I'm NikoTheLegend. I'm ready to do another Niko show, and I had to bring Saint onto this because this is something that was very, very juicy topic to talk about. Am I right? Right? This is Big Daddy Saint, right? Big Daddy topic.
Yes, it is.
So, how's it going, Saint? How are you?
Doing pretty well. I'm sleepy, and I have a beer, and I have my eclair.
Yeah, a beer and an eclair for breakfast. That's a breakfast of champ. I can't wait till you move over here, and then you'd be like, yeah, this is the breakfast of champions, eclair and a beer.
And some instant ramen.
Yeah, fit
That's
right
it.
back in. Yeah, it's a very good cultural mix. So, like I said, I'm NikoTheLegend. This is the Niko show, and this is a little bit behind on the Niko show, but what else is new? It's actually not really that new. I've had Saint on the Niko show before, just talking all about Mass Effect, but for anybody who ever finds this out on Spotify land, or in Spotify land, that episode's not on the podcast site that I use because that was a time where I just couldn't afford posting podcasts every week. I had to do it like every 2 to 3 weeks. So now, this time around, you'll get to hear her wonderful voice for any audio listeners out there and get an experience of Saint. So,
My lovely voice.
Her voice. That's her voice mixed with the force. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk all about Star Wars now. Just kidding. Actually, have you watched anything lately? I know you watched the original trilogy, but
Not even. Like, I haven't even finished watching the original trilogy. I've watched the first Star Wars, like the first one of the original trilogy.
okay. Well,
So
it's a start.
I'm on that.
It's a start. And then when she's done with that, she's gonna watch all of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies. Then she's gonna watch all the Harry Potter movies, and then we're Gucci.
Yeah, I like it because it's kind of like a cultural thing. I'm also playing Final Fantasy VII, the original one,
All right.
and I'm
good
playing
choice.
Fable, kind of to like be a little bit more. I don't know.
Wow, it's kind of Never mind. I was about to go creepy writer. Okay, so I keep calling you Saint, but what is your real name on the YouTube or social media platform, and where can people find you?
He's Saintwolvinn. You can find me basically everywhere: Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, um, all Saintwolvinn. And I have a Discord if you ever want to check that out. So that's it. There's my
Sweet.
plug.
Awesome. And then all those links, of course, will be down below. And yada yada yada. Yeah, you'll see all the links. And Saint is she's no longer a stranger on the Niko Legend channel.
Not at all.
She is. Yeah, I keep bringing her along on the crazy Niko train, and she's probably sick of me by now. But she's just really nice. She's really nice, people. She's really nice. So
Screw you.
Yeah, exactly. You just, like, spill
She's
beer.
really nice. Fuck.
You just spill your beer in front of the camera, like, yeah, fuck you, and then you just have to find a new one. Like,
Yeah,
oh
just
no. Yeah.
Just disconnects from the call.
Usually Satan and I the only things we've talked about together is Mass Effect related stuff, and of course my channel is just flooded with Mass Effect stuff. Yeah, don't ever do that again. So this time around, we are going to be talking about video game developers are liars, cheats, sneakies, shadowy figures that hide in the dark, cloak and dagger, and they wait for consumers to walk on by once they see a nice pretty old sign that represents what they're selling, and then stab! You don't even see it coming.
Yep.
Twist the knife.
Basically.
Twist it. So, the reason why I bring this up because Saint over here did a fantastic video discussing all about how video game developers are liars. For the most part. Not all of them, but, behind closed doors, who knows what goes down, honestly. And we're going to be kind of just going off of what she's already talked about. It's just hot off the press. And
yeah.
it's just, to me, it's just an interesting thing to talk about just, it has to do with stuff economically, financially, capitalism, Cupid, Cupid gets you with his consumer arrow and you buy whatever product he wants you to buy, right? Jesus.
Yeah.
I didn't go to improv class, as you can tell. And so on and so forth. So we're going to be diving in all that, doing the 101 of how video game developers are liars and how you guys get cheated out of your, consuming
Money.
of video games. Yeah, and money. How it becomes just this object that collects dust, and you wonder why your wallet has moths flying out of it. So this is going to be all about that. Okay, so we'll get right into it. Saint, so with that video in mind, I'm just going to ask you a bunch of questions that come to the top of my head. It might put you on the spot, but I know you got it in you. What that video, can you just describe or tell us the title and describe what the video is really about? Just kind of give a nice further foundation of what we're going to be talking about, really.
The title is Ex-Blizzard Developer Slam CDPR, Cyberpunk 2077, No Man's Sky, Lies, console release, and more. Mm-hmm. It's honestly just like we talk about how there's this ex-Blizzard developer, which is the game director for Ori, and he spoke out about like what he thought about the Cyberpunk situation, and also spoke out about what he thought about how the industry is kind of carrying itself, I guess. And it was a really interesting read, and you kind of, as a gamer, I say, you kind of feel pretty, I don't know, obligated to an extent to like actually like respond to that. And that's all that video was, like just talking about that. And at the end, he did make some really great points about how we keep accepting less than optimal games, and we celebrate the fact that, the developer like released an update, and it shouldn't be like that. Like, they're already taking $60 from you. Like, it should be fine from the get-go. And like it's really funny because I put it on the video and I just compared it to like you fucking up and saying you're sorry and someone giving you like gifts for it, or like a flower. Like, fuck you. No. Why would you need to like give me a prize or some kind of reward for being a decent human being. So that's what that's about.
Well, it sounds like not to
I
get
need more
all,
beer.
not to get, yeah, hold on, just gonna get some real shit into here. I actually want to see you get fired up on this, Saint. So you can let it all out. It's be great for the audio
Fuck.
listeners listening on Spotify or something. Be like, yeah, I'm like, oh my god.
Just like fucking destroy their eardrums.
It's fine. Just make some splash noises with the beer. Nothing wrong with that. So you were saying that about apologizing and then giving you a gift in return. Not to get all dark, but my dad used to do that. He would
Oh my
yell at
God.
me, and then
Uh-huh.
like a lot, and he would apologize, and then he'd buy me something, expecting that it's just like it's a good old band-aid, just temporary relief, right? Until I do it again.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. It's in a way an abusive relationship. But this time around, it's on your wallet, for sure,
Yeah.
and probably just a lot of other things. It's also kind of like this crazy scheme, like gambling. You really are gambling a lot of the times these days when it comes to video games. But it shouldn't be like that, considering of all the research we have. But research can only go so far. I mean, did any of us really see how Cyberpunk was going to turn into? No,
Yeah.
and I'm usually really good, or a lot of us are really good about keeping up with stuff like that. And we still, I mean, we got some mixed signals, of course, with the delays, the lies that it's like, the game's gold. Just kidding, it's not.
Yeah.
It's no crunch time. Just kidding, there's crunch time. Oh, jeez. It's like, they really start to show their true colors at the end of the run. But when you were talking about that, when you were listing all these examples and stuff, and you said an ex Blizzard developer.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Ori
the
game
Ori
director.
guy.
Well.
By the way, we'll talk about this later. But he made an apology. He did an apology, by the way. Did you read that at all or hear about it?
No, poor guy. Shouldn't have to make it. Fuck people. I hate you all.
Yeah, that's the thing with some people just can't handle the backlash of when someone's just true about them with their feelings.
It's
and
literally
all.
just the truth, man. I
But
mean,
so yeah, we'll definitely talk about it in a second because we can bring up the article about that. But before even that, when he was talking about how we like to sweep all these liars or video game screw ups, developers, games, and bugs and all that under the rug, and the rug is like stacked up as high as dirty laundry that needs to be cleaned, washed, and put away. Somehow we just it's such a weird psychological thing that goes on in our brain to where it's like, okay, yeah, this game is really terrible, but you know what, it's gonna get better. They really feel sorry about what they did, lol. And then, oh look,
Yeah.
4 years later, the game's so fun. It's so fun. And that's how they do it. Really, they just keep patting you on the back, just saying everything's okay, even though you're kind of sticking a thumb up my ass the entire time, and my wallet's ass. It's a really really weird, abusive psychological thing that goes on with gamers' mentality, and a lot of it is blamed on the gaming market because here's the thing, it's so easy to cover up Sean Murray's lies, Peter Molyneux's lies, the fucking guy from Cyberpunk's lies. I can't remember his name.
Adam.
Adam Baruch. I don't know. It's a Polish name. I should know this because I'm Polish myself, but I don't know his last name for real. But see, these guys, doesn't matter if the game's big or small, they can get away with it because they know how the market works. Okay, it's weird to say because. It's like Niko. How can you say when the market, they know how it works when they release shit ass games? Well, they know that they're releasing a shit ass game. There's no way they don't know unless somehow the developers are just that stupid or blind. But the thing is, they know how we can move on to other things in life because that's just how the gaming market works. What happened? What'd you do? Did you fart?
No. I just like.
Oh, I didn't hear it. It's all right. it's like when you're on stage doing like a play and you're letting everyone or a speech. You're like, I'm really nervous, guys. I'm sorry, but you can't tell that they're really nervous even though they say
Yeah.
that. It's really funny. Anyway, so I'm just saying, like, the gaming market gets away with these cheats and lies because of how spoiled we've become with these like with these kinds of games, right? Big ambitious projects, and the fact that we've gotten spoiled with just how many fucking games are available out in the market. Like every day on Steam, there's a gazillion games that release every day. Like everybody has the power to like, hey, indie game here, indie game there, double A, triple A, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. Of course, the triple A ones get the most criticism because they're triple A games. That's when they usually get the biggest promotions and all that jazz.
Oh yeah, I just read the thing too.
Yeah,
What you
perfect.
said, and I'm seeing some Twitter comments. Oh my god. Oh, we have to cover this shit.
Yeah, we will, for sure. That'd be a good segue. So we play the game, right? We get this big game. We get the No Man's Sky. We get Assassin's Creed Unity. We get Cyberpunk. We get Fable. Okay. Sometimes the games are okay for what they are when they come out. Like, for example, Fable. I enjoyed playing Fable, even though it wasn't a complete game and they re-released it with the Lost Chapters. Still a great game, but Peter Molyneux made some big lies, big claims, of course, and he did that with all 3 games. And I'm always thinking to myself, I'm like, imagine if he didn't make those huge lies and claims and just was, just brought it up not as high. The games would have got a much better reputation, and we wouldn't even be having this conversation, really. Same thing with No Man's Sky. Came out. That's a game that came out and it was just not even done. Like, not even half baked. That was quarter baked. They just literally just preheated the game. Preheat oven. And then just put in fucking whatever, pizza. It's that they start cooking. And nowadays the game is fine 4 years later. So it's crazy. So you get those kinds of games, and since we're so spoiled in the gaming market, since we get so many games that release, big or small, it's so easy to just forget about those big lies or games because we're going to be like, all right, you know what? I bought this game. I'm going to wait. Or I'm going to play it once, but I'm going to wait a while until they fix it. Okay? And to fill in that gap so we don't literally just go madly insane but from a stupid mistake we made by wasting our money on these pieces of crap, we just like, okay, let's just go on to the next game. Let's just go play this other game. And then that distracts us until they release a big update for the games that are missing content. And you want to know what happens? It's like we forget the time that was filled, or that the time waiting for the update to come out. And it seems like it was just like yesterday that the game just came out, and it's like, oh wow, I can't believe it came out 3 years ago. Whoa, look at this game now. It's like time really flew by. And that's my point, is because these guys can get away with their crappy games because they know we're gonna buy other stuff to keep us preoccupied until they fix their own shit. But for those of you who didn't fall for their tricks and lies, good for you. You have saved money. Yeah, I bought Fable day one, enjoyed it. Obviously, got the lies there. I bought No Man's Sky day one, fucking hated it. I only played it for 6 hours, and I'm really sad. I should have just played it for 2 hours and got my money back. Nowadays, of course, it's great. It's super cheap and all this. But you know what? I made the stupid mistake. Cyberpunk, I spent over 100 hours in Cyberpunk. I didn't have any big issues with it like people did, but for those who did get cheated, who did get lied to or felt like they did, shame on Cyberpunk because the majority, have spoken. I am the outlier who actually didn't get royally screwed like a lot of people. I'm putting the time into it pretty much. So it's a shame that's the way our minds work. We just do a now and later type approach, or just like just like I said, just sweep it under the rug. It's same, it still happens. It's gonna happen. It's gonna keep happening. Right, Saint? What do you think? You think it's going to keep happening after Cyberpunk fiasco?
It's obviously going to keep happening. And the thing is, like, there's also obviously the factor of gamers don't care. Like that's the thing. Like they bitch about things, and I'm saying it like in general. Like I think every gamer has given into hype before in their lives, but most gamers, unfortunately, like the more I don't know, there's always a crowd for it, but most gamers, unfortunately, they get like they don't care about getting robbed once. They get robbed once, twice, three times, and then they start later defending these developers, and I'm like, you're not gonna get any brownie points for this, buddy. Like what do you want CD Projekt Red to do? Like, do you think they're gonna give you like oh, good job, thank you for defending me, wow, have a free copy of our game? No, dude. Like it's not gonna happen. And they seriously, like, some people, oh my god, some people have the stupidest opinions. Like, I swear, when people say, like, there's no stupid questions, yes, there are. There are stupid questions, and there are stupid people, and you see all of them in the gaming industry. God
It's a
damn.
very conceited thing to say.
I
It's like,
know.
oh, no such thing as foolishness. And then you slip on a
There's
banana peel.
Yeah, it's like that thing when you were like in school when people are like, "Oh, don't worry, there's no stupid questions." There is obviously stupid questions.
Oh,
And
yeah, yeah.
it's just so absurd. It pisses me off because like the thing is, in my personal life, there are also certain factors obviously that make me more prone to hating this a little bit more than I should. But I hate when people of power, be it politics, be it gaming, be it whatever, take advantage of that power to manipulate people because they unfortunately don't know better, or sometimes they do and they're just retards. Sorry, hope you don't get flagged for that. But uh, it really pisses me off, man, because like you shouldn't be defending these big companies that are making millions and are doing 1,000 things and like it's not affecting them. You're affecting the consumer. You're affecting the guy next door that's spending the same $60 that they earned with their heart, with their sweat and their tears. You know, you're fucking them over. You're not fucking over the company when you do that. And defending the fact that you're getting robbed is just so mind-blowingly dumb that I don't know. God, I'm sorry. I really hate this shit.
Yes. Let the hate flow through you. Oh, you haven't seen that yet in
Fuck,
Star
I
Wars.
hate that.
So, for one, okay. Going back to when you were talking about people that just keep buying this stuff and buying into the lies and the hype. So, you know what they say? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, and then so on and so forth. Fool me thrice, and then
You're just dumb.
That's just chaos.
Like,
And two, going back to like, there's no such thing as stupid question in school and stuff. Yeah, there is, because if there wasn't, then I wouldn't have a problem asking the fucking question to begin with. Because I know when I ask it, I'm gonna get fucking rubber bands thrown at me, or desks, or paper balls, or giggles and shit. Yeah, there is such thing as stupid questions. By asking simple, embarrassing stuff. That's why you wait till after class is over to ask.
yeah.
It's like, because you should know better that if you're in school, you're gonna get made fun of, and you can go with the mentality you don't care, but that not many people think about that in high school or school in general. Anyway, but it is like that, right? You just gotta ask the real hard questions, and a lot of gamers, I would think that don't do that because maybe they're also afraid of the backlash that they get from the drones, the cattle. For example, I had an opinion about the Legendary Edition, saying it wasn't worth the price value, and look how that turned out. It is my most disliked video, but it has over 10,000 views. So, but I'm just saying, when you ask the hard questions, people really don't like that. They want to be cattle. It's insane that they want to be that. They want to not have no naysayers or nobody with different opinions. And I'm like, well, people, you gotta understand, you have to have people to do that, because these people need to have their toes to the fire. They need to be walking on eggshells, because like Saint said, we spent a lot of time and effort to get enough money to fucking afford it. God only knows how much you fucking spend on these new consoles, if you can even get one these days. You know, everything's in the world is kind of ridiculous right now with politics, the pandemic and stuff, and you have people trying to cheat you out of the money that you probably shouldn't be buying these games to begin with. And I don't take my own advice, but I'm just saying. We're all hypocritical in that regard, in some shape or form, whether it be big or small. So when you have people like CD Projekt, or when you have people like No Man's Sky or Hello Games, whatever, when they release a game that you were just waiting so hard, so long, and spent so much time and effort to try to get the funds to buy this $60 game, whatever, and it turns out to not be the game you liked, well, there's multiple things that happen. Either you hyped yourself up too much, you didn't do enough research, or there wasn't enough research to begin with, which should already be a problem in its own right. The game gets delayed, this, and that, you know. And then somehow, you still defend them, or you're still all aboard the hype train. I don't get it. Here's another Mass Effect example. Saint, those comments I get, there are people defending Mass Effect 3 now. Can you believe it? I get people that say, oh, you know, because Mass Effect 3 was like so hated for what it did to the fucking Mass Effect community. Nowadays, everybody is just saying it's the best thing ever. It's like, you gotta fucking make up your mind. You fucking...
Thing is, I think those kind of people are like the ones that like just go straight up like exaggerating and hate so much, where you're like, okay, dude, you need to like take it down a notch. And then they're like, okay, yeah, my opinion was stupid. Like, no, dude, just think before you say anything. Like,
it's the rose-tinted glasses, it's the nostalgia glasses that overshadows the things that these developers have done to gamers and just consumers in general. Like I said,
yeah.
There are so many people that felt very hurt from Mass Effect 3. And there's still people that are. I know a bunch of people who hated that game because of what it did, and they aren't buying the Legendary Edition or whatever. My point is it's like when people have hated it for so long, and then nowadays I get comments from people defending it now, saying it's like, yeah, you get 3 perfect, awesome games in the Mass Effect trilogy. I'm like, oh, okay, that's funny. Now Mass Effect 3 is awesome. Now everybody's just gonna, you know, sweep it under the rug, even though it's probably gonna have the same ending. People are still gonna be butthurt. So
yeah.
That's drones for you. Those are people that are just throwing all their money away. I'd rather just... Now, if you're like me, who bought the Legendary Cash for Mass Effect, that's a little different. That's memorabilia. That's memorabilia right there, but that's not the game.
And I feel like collector's editions are kind of an exception to this, but there's a reason behind it. I mean, a collector's edition, like, its value does go up.
Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
If you ever get something, like, you can turn it out, like, you turn it over for profit, you're not really losing money as much as you would probably gain it back if you wanted to sell it. Yeah. B, you know what you're getting. Like, literally, there's a picture, and it's like, hey, you're getting this, this, and this. It's made out of this, this, and this. This is it.
Unless...
That's it. Unless it's a Fallout.
I was about to say that. Unless
edition.
You get, hey, you want to get this really dope-ass duffel bag? How about we give you a trash bag? Oh my god. Like, how are those guys still in business? How come no one has lawsuits against those assholes at Bethesda?
Yeah.
Like, rest in peace, the guy who, the CEO of ZeniMax, I can't remember his name, unfortunately, but, you know, that's a parent company, but it's not Bethesda itself. But I'm just saying, how are those people still in business? How could anybody get excited for anything that comes out Fallout 76 related? Like, it's embarrassing when Todd Howard, even though he's kind of an embarrassment himself, goes out on stage and he's like, hey, you guys really enjoyed Fallout 76, right? And he's just waiting he's got like a laser target on his fucking head. Or like 3 dots from the Predator. And then so he's got embarrassment. Yeah, you know, they do it to themselves, by the way. And then you got these guys who come out and talk about Fallout 76 and all this after it's already been like one of the worst video game launches of all time. Actually,
it's a great game.
This time,
it's such an amazing game. Why are you judging?
We're putting story in the game. Oh no! Like it's got to be an accomplishment to put story and dialogue and things for you to do in a fucking open sandbox game. That should have had that at release date. It's really pathetic. So, and this here, see, here's the thing. It's not just Triple H, like fucking wrestler makes games now. It's not just AAA titles. It's indie developers too. Indie developers are not safe as well. Like, what game is perfect? Like Rust. Rust has been in development for so fucking long, and all of a sudden just had this surge of like population, which is kind of crazy. But Rust was a game that's been in development for the longest time. Ark Survival, I remember that game was first announced back in like what 2015, and the final release was like what 2019, and people just ate that up. Even though when you're playing it, the frames per second are like 15, and you can't really do too much in it besides just walk around and maybe ride a dinosaur. I don't know, right? And there was another game. The Long Dark is another example. That game was in early access for like 4 or 5 fucking years. You know, and it's like, and by the time it officially comes out, you don't care about it anymore. But they want it out there to get exposure because that helps them get money because they need help funding these projects. It's kind of a sleazy way to make money, but at least you're actually more honest by saying it's early access so people know that it's not finished compared to like games like No Man's Sky, which should have been early access, God almighty, or maybe Cyberpunk should have had some like a fucking demo or something. Oh god, it hurts. It hurts so much. Or Sea of Thieves is another prime example of a game that came out half-baked. And now everybody loves the game. Oh, it's great now. I don't have to worry about my suffering anymore. Oh my god. It's terrible. It's terrible, Saint. It's like people like getting thumbs up their asses. Like they like getting royally screwed by these developers. And like I said, I'm just like everybody else. I fall for it too. Like I said, there's only so much you can do. Not like the world started to see that Cyberpunk was going to a very dark place as soon as it kept getting delayed, and then crunch time, and then it wasn't gold anymore, you know, so on and so forth.
That was the moment to like cancel that pre-order. Like that was the moment when you started seeing it delayed like 3 times. That was it, dude. Like,
but see,
that was when you had to hit cancel.
So here's the thing. I got lucky. I didn't pre-order the game. I was contemplating, but it only took like a week later, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy it. And like I said, my experience was fine. Okay, I got lucky. I really did. It wasn't very well optimized, of course, but I got lucky with just in terms of nothing groundbreaking to where I can't even enjoy the fucking game. But, you know, when you have to make a 40 gig day one patch, there's an issue there. there's a underlying issue. So when you get people going, okay, so we can segue into the Ori developer. When you get someone like him talking about how people are getting cheated out of their money left and right when it comes to sleazy tactics like this, yeah, he should be mad. As a developer, he's the guy who probably does it for the love of the sport, right? You get people that do it for the money, and you get people that do it for the love of it. If you can balance both, that's great. But honestly, you get the best intentions for whatever product you're trying to do or activity or whatever when you're doing it honestly and for the love of it. So this guy is getting he's feeling like his toes are getting stepped on because his reputation's even more on the line because, you know, people are losing faith in gaming and developing and all that because of these sleazeballs that make these big products and they cheat you out of your money. So he feels like he has to step up to the plate because, like, hey, you know, these guys are assholes. Luckily, I don't think he's saying I'm not like that, but he's just pointing it out about how these guys shouldn't even be able to just do what they're doing because it's really, well, you know, hence the lawsuits against Cyberpunk, which makes perfect sense. But this is a guy who comes from Blizzard, who's probably worked on Warcraft or StarCraft or Overwatch games. And also he worked on Ori and the Blind Forest and the Ori games. I hear nothing but good news about those games.
Yeah.
So I know this guy isn't just talking out of his ass because the stats don't lie. Unless you review about me on Metacritic. That's a little different. But Yeah, like I said, this is a guy who just wants to let people know, like, hey, these guys are fuck sticks and they shouldn't be doing this. They need to stop. You know, they're like, you taking advantage of these poor folk. Literally are poor nowadays because they probably don't have jobs or enough money to cover whatever living expenses. And then when they finally just get the one breath of fresh air, which is the game of their supposed dreams, and it turns to be schlock. And now there's just so much sorrow and hate filled within their soul. It's just not right. It's just completely not right. And
No, it's insane.
It's time to stop. Let's rise up. I'm going
oh my God.
I'm going
Gamers'
to
lives
BioWare.
matter.
Yeah, give me my
Dude.
asses.
Give me my assless chaps. No, but like, I can I like? Do you mind if like I read a couple of these fucking comments?
Oh yeah, so I brought him up
my
because
God.
I wanted to segue into his apology thing. So are you reading from the apology thing?
Yeah, I read it. Like
Okay,
I read it.
so if you want to read, if you want to, you don't have to, or just describe what he's saying or anything to the audience, that'd be awesome.
Oh, I can read it. It says, "Hey everyone, by now a lot of you will have probably read my posting on Reset Era yesterday. I had a bit of a chip on my shoulder and talked about the downsides of the current hype culture and how developers making false claims about their products hurts not only the consumers, but developers as well. At least that was the intention behind it all. Now, a day later, I've read the responses and I realize I wasn't thoughtful in the way I presented my thoughts, nor did I choose the right tone or platform for it. After I made this thread, we had a pretty long conversation internally about all of this, and I definitely didn't represent studios the way I should have. I'm a game developer. I love what I'm doing, and I enjoy nothing more than to make games that surprise people, that put a smile on their faces, or that might even make people cry. But I'm also a passionate gamer myself. I always enjoyed sharing my love for games on public forums and continue to be very outspoken even after Moon Studios and the Ori series became known in titles in the game industry. I always really like the idea of gamers and developers alike having an open discourse about games so that we could all figure out together how to improve the art form. Yesterday, I used an overly aggressive tone that wasn't really suited for someone in my position. My intention was definitely not to hurt anybody, but to offer up a discussion starter on current issues the industry is facing. We all share a common love for this art form, and we should always remain respectful with each other, and I wasn't yesterday. And for that, I really am sorry, especially to those that I mentioned by name. I promise that I'll learn from this mistake and wish no hard feelings towards anybody. Thank you all for lending me your ear, Thomas Mahler."
So
He shouldn't be saying he's sorry.
So that article loses all credibility because of him apologizing. He could have easily have just did what I did and troll and troll people because
Yeah.
you know, kind of you can fight back against the opposition a little bit just to show you're not a pushover. But this is somebody who cracked under pressure. Either his boss stuck a gun to his fucking head or threatened him.
I think it's around there.
Or
around
he
that.
couldn't just handle criticism because not many people can when you're trying to speak up for yourself. And then, yeah, he might have chosen the wrong platform to talk about it. If you're talking about it on Twitter, yeah. Or was it on Twitter that he talked about it?
It was on Reset Era.
Oh, so I never heard of that. But it doesn't, like, that article would have been perfectly fine. Everything he said is perfectly fine until he apologized. If he didn't apologize, that's fine. You can offer clarity to something further. Like, you can do an extension. You can do a follow-up. It's fine. You don't have to apologize for it.
You know what I'm actually like taking from this apology? I don't think he's actually apologizing for what he specifically said. He was apologizing, like, I guess for the way he said it, but he like, we all share a common love for this art form and we should always remain respectful with each other.
Nope.
And for that I really am sorry.
Nope.
So like, it's like, I'm sorry for being disrespectful, but still fuck you.
I'm sorry for being honest and pointing out that these developers are fucking shitlords.
I wouldn't be surprised if like Moon Studios, like he did say that he had like a, you know, an internal thing with Moon Studios. Obviously him being fucking game director, like, yeah, it kind of puts him on a tough spot, but he shouldn't have to fucking apologize. And oh my God, look at this person. You got Dion Can. I don't care. I don't give a shit about your name.
I just want to point out. Yeah, right.
Go for it.
Hold on. So it's an art form, and we should be respectful towards one another. No, to everyone, right? That's what it basically sounds
Yeah.
like. No, I'm not gonna be respectful to liars and cheats and backstabbers and killers of anything, whether it be human beings, my wallet, whatever. Just insert into the blank. No.
Yeah.
When you make shitty products, I'm not going to like your company because your company makes shitty products. I'm going to go on to somebody else that makes good product because that's what a smart person would do. You pay with your wallet, and if you don't pay with your wallet, good. That's called show no mercy. That's called take no prisoners because fuck you. You had your shot. So I'm not going to be respectful to these asshole artists or CEOs or whoever who think it's prim and proper to get away with this type of shit. When you start giving these guys benefit of the doubt, like to an extent, like the developers themselves, like they're under the reign of these tyrants, right? And the tyrants tell them what to do, and they have to do this. That's how it was with Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk developers felt like shit the entire time making Cyberpunk because they weren't getting treated properly. They were slaves, pretty much. I can understand where they're coming from that with that, and job security too, in the pandemic, and not many people wanted to quit their jobs, so it was really terrible suffering. So fuck the people that put them through that. That's the people I don't like when it comes to these gaming companies. But honestly,
Yeah.
it just all ties in with one ugly ass bow on top of this horribly wrapped gift.
Oh, it's so bad. And dude, there are some fucking comments. I
Okay,
program.
I just wanted to
way.
point that out.
God.
In conclusion, only be respectful to people that respect you and your wallet, your money, and your feelings and all that jazz. Okay, good.
You earn respect. Fuck you. You don't get it because you're like a big gamer. No, you earn it.
All right, cool.
Fuck.
These comments are going to be great because they can also go into further details. Was there, before we go into the comments, was there anything else you wanted to point out, or are we good?
No, I agree with you, and it's what I like. It's literally just what I just said. Like, you don't. I'm tired of this like whole. It's not even only in the gaming industry in general.
It's everything.
You need to give. It's everything. You need to give respect to people that have never respected you, and that is bullshit. Look, if you're robbing me, if you have the fucking audacity to rob me of my $60, which for people in third world countries like me is a lot of fucking money. If you have the audacity to come and rob me to my face, fuck you. I don't give a damn about respecting you because you're not respecting me. It's just the way it is. If someone calls you a fucking idiot and you just stand there, no, dude. Like, sometimes you really do need to defend yourself. And what this guy said, he shouldn't have apologized. And I know, like, from what I'm reading, to me, it didn't seem like he wanted to, honestly. It seemed like more like, oh, look, I had a meeting with my studio and they said, oh, bad game developer, so I needed to take this out, which is bullshit, dude. Like, no, to me, like, I fucking respect this dude a lot more than I would ever respect someone from CD Projekt Red or even BioWare at this point. So fuck you. Done.
Sweet.
Fuck.
Exactly. They're all out. All right, perfect. All right. What is the first comment of this article? This is gonna be interesting.
The first one is actually mine, which is you shouldn't have to apologize. What you said is the fucking truth. But the one after that, which is the actual first comment, is such a stupid take from this mofo called Dion Can. I don't know who the fuck you are, but you're a damn idiot. You guys make side scrollers. You don't get to make lofty speeches. Those guys, even for all their faults, are attempting something bigger than walk right. Do you program, Dion? Do you know how hard it is to get this fucker to walk right? Like, the amount of fucking detail that are in these games without having big teams or a lot of money? You're a fucking idiot. You have no idea what you're talking about. I fucking program, and I know how hard it is to make a simple game that literally just moves down, right, left, up. Like, it's so fucking hard, and there's hours of work in the stupidest shit. Fuck you, you idiot, you imbecile. Ah! Done.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Those games aren't easy to make. No game is easy to make, honestly. They all take a lot of work. The second Ori game was delayed like 2 to 3 times, probably because it was that ambitious of a sequel. And,
Yeah.
like I said, the stats don't lie. You know how many people love Ori compared to people liking Cyberpunk? I'm pretty sure it's a good night and day difference. But I don't have the stats, but I'm just saying. Overall reception, Cyberpunk has gotten lower reviews from critics, I bet you anything. Like on Metacritic, or even though Metacritic's not really that great.
I'm gonna look that up for you. I got you.
But I've never heard of anything bad about Ori from anybody, from anywhere. But Cyberpunk,
It just like, and it's insane, dude. I mean, even for all their faults, they're attempting. Dude, the thing is that when you sell a fucking product, you're not attempting. You're selling a supposedly finished product.
That's a cattle. That's a sheep right there. That's a guy who has been brainwashed by shitty games all of his life and has never played anything.
He's a stupid sheep. Not even a good sheep. He's a dumbass. God, sorry, I hate people.
Yeah, he's a drone pretty much. He's like, product, give me more. I want more shitty product. I want to keep buying your Call of Duty games that are the same game every fucking year. No offense to anybody buying Call of Duty games every year, but you are getting robbed. Just saying, it's the same fucking game every time.
Yeah, they barely change anything. Like, I like Call of Duty, but I wouldn't pay for it like every year. And I just confirmed what you said that yes, user review wise, Cyberpunk got a 7.2 out of all of them, and Ori got an 8.8. So yeah, little side scroller did better than Cyberpunk. Dumbass.
Yeah, it did better because it came out a game that was complete, and they didn't lie. They didn't lie about the product. They didn't cheat you out of your money. And guess what? I think Ori comes out of the market like $40, I think.
Oh my, yeah, it wasn't expensive. Like, you're getting what you paid for.
There you go. And also, if you do the Xbox Game Pass, it comes with, you can get it for free, blah blah blah, because it's an exclusive for Microsoft. But anyway, you get the point. This is a guy who is making good games.
We've got I like what how many do you want me to read? Like two more maybe?
Yeah, you got 2 more.
All right. So here is Just Sam, who has
perfect.
One day when your games allow you to walk left, maybe you can criticize others. For now, just be glad you have an indie developing company that's still generally in the good books with your fans. Dude, you want a cookie, bitch? For like this stupid ass comment? Oh, God. People are so stupid.
How can you insult a game with their movement patterns? That is so fucking weak. Do they not realize?
8.8.
Do they not realize? It's not even that, though. These are kids who, man, see, that's what I'm telling you. These are spoiled, rotten kids. This is this current gaming generation. They don't even know that the forefathers of gaming, that was all it was about, was left
side
and
right.
It was side scrolling or up. I mean, there was plenty of games that went up, down, left, and right. The fucking original Metal Gear game was that on the Nintendo. It was up, it was top down. It's like, don't even fucking try me. That's, oh god.
I'm looking at the profile.
It's not even a good argument. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. What does movement have to do with developers making big, ambitious games? Like, I don't understand that.
This is like her, them, whatever profile is. Don't forget to pet your cat. Wannabe voice actor. Alignment. Chaotic lawful. Pronouns. She, her, unicorn, slayer, succubus.
Was that a comment?
No, that's her profile.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the person who posted it.
Yeah, no, I think when you look at you know what kind of people you're dealing with here. I mean,
so just remember, folks, as soon as somebody makes fun of you when you're making an argument, that's when they lose. When people insult
basically.
You, there is no argument beyond emotion. Let's just say that. It just becomes this spitting contest. Anyway, next comment.
I got a short one and a regular one. I think the short one is good to what we were saying. Short one, both games were still better than yours. Not really. Not really.
Wait, both games?
I assume like No Man's Sky and Cyberpunk, or No Man's Sky and Fable.
Wow.
Which
sheep.
I mean, technically
more sheep. Yeah, where the game is that so? The game came out and it was
Point
broken.
two.
It was broken.
It was broken.
The games came out were broken and half-baked or quarter-baked. Do people not understand this? Fable,
Oh my
half-baked. No Man's Sky, quarter-baked.
Half-baked. Yeah, not even baked. Not
Assassin's
even in the
Creed
fucking
Unity,
oven.
half-baked. Cyberpunk, half-baked. Ori and the Blind Forest, complete experience. It was done. Oh, God.
Oh my god. Dude, and people are just they chances they don't. Oh my god.
All right, next comment.
There. What a.
We got enough for
We
one.
have. My opinion, in my opinion, which is Isa, which has one of those anime fucking things, and her profile says, "I don't really get Twitter because even I know my opinion doesn't matter." So why are you giving it?
Right.
My opinion. You just regret saying it in that context is what your apology reads. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he wanted to say. As a game developer, especially you should know how complex making these games are. These companies make mistakes. But hey, maybe if you accept that you made one, you will learn like they clearly are now. Oh my.
Okay, here's the thing. Why is she, in my opinion, I think this and that. Why are you educating me that if it's your opinion? That's not an opinion if you're going to educate me for something you don't know nothing about. Are you a gamer? Do you know how it goes in development? No. You can't just
It's so stupid.
you can't
Oh my god.
You can't white
People are
knight for a
brain dead.
company that makes a game where the product came out shitty, pretending like you know what happens. But then so you defend their side of developing games that are broken, but you don't defend this guy who makes perfect games or games that are actually complete coming out. Like that's fucking biased right there. You can't do that.
It's not even biased. It's stupid. It's fucking brain dead. Like, you should know how complex making these games are. Like, exactly. These companies
That's
make
why
mistakes.
he's
No,
saying
bitch.
it.
It's literally what he's saying. Like, yeah, these companies make mistakes, but these aren't mistakes. Like, that's the whole issue. These aren't
That's
mistakes.
not a mistake.
Like, they're robbing you to your face knowingly.
These were deliberate fucking cons. No Man's Sky, con. Fable, con. Sea of Thieves, con. Cyberpunk, con. Whether you like those games or not, con. Fallout 76, the biggest fucking con ever. Actually, Cyberpunk's probably the biggest con ever. No Man, oh god, it's kind of hard to compare. But anyway,
I'd say No Man's Sky.
All those developers are all con artists. Those guys, those big head honchos, they conned all of you. They fucking got you. How can you defend?
Yeah.
How can you defend liars and cheats? I just don't understand that. I will never, ever defend Sean Murray, even if I like his game nowadays. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, you're a piece of shit because you lied to me right in front of my fucking gamer face. Same thing with the guy with Cyberpunk. You lied to all of us. Fuck you, right? And you know what? These are probably guys who defend the game Star Citizen. Have you heard of that game, by the way?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
I wouldn't even call that a game because you can't even. It's not even released yet. It's been in development for like the past 9 years, and people have paid over thousands of dollars to buy a stupid fucking ship, and nobody's batting an eye against those guys. Where's the lawsuit against those motherfuckers? That game's been in alpha for the past fucking 5 years. But no.
Oh my! There's so many people that are defending, and there's so much idiots. Unfortunately, there are people that are saying, "Dude, you're not wrong. You're being honest. Like it's the truth." But God, but like I swear to God, like how brain dead do you need to be to go up and say, maybe you'll learn a little bit? Like, bitch. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you have no idea how to even program something.
Let me
educate you on what I don't know.
Let me educate a professional who makes solid games.
Who actually releases games, not betas.
Pompous. What the fuck, man? These people are just pompous assholes. I don't understand. See, but these are people that don't want to admit that they're wrong, and deep down, this is the best way that they can react is denial. You know, they'll accept it eventually, but it's denial. Like, they are completely brainwashed by these pachinko machines. You know, they're just sheep just gambling their money away. They don't care. They don't care.
Yeah, so, and I swear, like...
almost lost my green screen.
I lost my green screen. no, like just kind of. I guess you're gonna tell me to like, hey, say closing statements, all that, right?
Hey, closing statements.
Um, I saw what you were doing. No, but like it's just it's incredible how people are so not only necessarily ignorant, it's not only that they're just so dumb. Like it's not even being ignorant at this point. It's like the information is right in front of you. There's no way you're being ignorant. You're literally just being dumb. And it's insane how like unfortunately in general people aren't thought to have like critical thinking and be like, okay, let's analyze this a little bit further than this is what I'm seeing on the news, this is it. Like it's not about the game being AAA. It's not about the game being a huge experience. It's about the fact that they're selling you a product that is not ready and that is not there.
And you're lied
there
to
was
about
this
it.
exactly, and there's this guy that was saying it's not a mistake. And he compared it to being sold a plate and being given the meal later. Like no. Like no, dude. If I buy a burger, I don't want the fucking napkin. I want the burger. That's what I paid for. And
Well,
that's what this guy is criticizing.
Yeah,
God.
it's like you get the plate and you ordered a burger and you got the plate, right? You got the foundation,
Yeah.
but you're waiting and waiting and waiting and
Waiting for the burger.
for the actual thing to come out. And that's how it's been with that's how it's going to be with Cyberpunk. That's how it was with No Man's Sky, with Fable, so on and so forth. Yeah. Sea of Thieves.
People are dumb.
It's a shame. It's a shame that Fallout 76. Although I don't think that game's ever going to be complete, but it's a damn shame that people just keep on defending these shitty practices in in all things gaming and marketing and PR and yada yada yada. The boring shit, of course. The
Yeah.
the economics behind it, the political standings with it. It's the best. Honestly, if you're a smart person and you don't even have to be smart. Just pay with your wallet, right? If you pay for a game and you liked it, that's good. Fine, whatever. If you paid for a game and you didn't like it, then you can also be like, oh, what went wrong? You can kind of self-assess. Do the research instead of just being like know why you did it and know why it happened to you and what you could do for next time so it doesn't happen again. Simple. That's why here's Marvel's Avengers, another big fucking game that came out, schlock, piece of shit, and there's still people out there that defend it, even though that game is just terrible, just absolutely terrible.
Like I bought the deluxe edition of Andromeda, like knowing that it didn't have good reviews. But like that's the thing, I don't defend Andromeda. Like I consciously made the decision to buy it and to try it out and to see for myself what was going on. But
exactly. It's like
you need to look at things objectively.
Yeah, exactly. You knew it was going to be a gun just cocked, pretty much.
Yeah.
And as soon as you were done playing it, kaboom! We're like, all right, you got me. You fucking got me. Like, I asked for it. That was all me. That's different. Also, it's especially when it's like one of your favorite franchises and you're like, fuck, man, I gotta go in with my helmet on and half cocked. But this is a conversation that can go on for so long. But it's everything we talked about. It comes from the heart. We're not trying to lie to you guys. We're not trying to like ridicule you. We're just trying to let you know that we've all been sheep before for these game developers. Okay, we've fallen for their tricks and stuff, and you gotta learn from the mistakes. And of course, those other people are probably having their first-hand experience of being lied to, like gamers getting into the whole gambling way of things with AAA games or just gaming in general. And the first time around, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt real bad. So a lot of passion will be reflected, and the best thing you can do is just keep learning from that experience. And but that's just life, trial by fire. Especially your wallet's on fire. You're gonna have to get another one. Oh wait, you can't because you spent all your money on a shitty game, right? Well, that's just the way it's the way the creepy writer crumbles.
Yeah.
All right, so
People.
this has been the Niko Legend. I have been your host, Niko the Legend. Whoa, big surprise. I am the well-mannered teenager, the snowflake, and the rambling idiot, and it has been my pleasure to have the wonderful Bonita.
Saintwolvinn.
There you go. It's okay. That's okay, I don't know why I was adding suspense to that. Just real quick, where can everybody find you?
YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Discord.
Sweet. And also, the links will be down below, of course. And if anybody listening on Spotify, this is the first time you ever got to hear Saint's voice. If you want to see anything more about her, of course, what she just said is perfect with those plugins. There's also other videos of us doing collabs, mainly about Mass Effect stuff. You'll find that on the YouTube channel for Niko Legend as well. And it has been fun, folks, Pathfinders, whatever. Maybe Saint and I will call out some developers and see what responses we get. No, I'm just kidding. It's been fun, folks. So I'll catch you later. This has been the Niko Show.